So hi guys, welcome to my video. In this video I'll be discussing about how to write a good prompt for generating AI content. The AI content that I'll be discussing would be blogs, YouTube video scripts, social media posts, social media and ads, and many other AI content. So the first topic that we'll start off with is how to write a good prompt for generating a good blog. So the very first important thing in this topic is that we have to clearly define the main topic or subject of the article when it comes to generation of a prompt for writing a blog. Okay, so the first thing is that we have to start off with the topic. Okay, for example, if we have to write an article on sustainable fashion, what our topic would be and what we will write in the prompt. We will write an SEO rich blog post about the benefits of sustainable fashion. Okay, so this is the very first step of writing a prompt for blog generation. The second thing is to specify the keywords. So whenever it comes to blog generation, there are two types of keywords. There is a primary keyword, there is a secondary keyword. Okay, primary keyword is one single keyword around which your whole blog will revolve. Okay, and secondary keywords, their numbers are more than one, but they are directly related to the primary keyword. Okay, so second thing you have to make sure is that you add some keywords in your blogs, in your title, or in the body of your blog. You need to add those keywords. Mostly your primary keyword is added in the title. Okay, so for this blog, the blog that for this blog, the keywords that we'll be using is like the primary keyword we will be using is sustainable fashion, and the secondary keywords we will be using like eco-friendly clothing, ethical fashion brands, green wardrobe. Okay, so primary keywords like these we will be using throughout the blogs. Okay, and when it comes to keywords in detail, I will have a separate video where I'll be describing you all the important SEO things related that you need to have in a blog, that I'll tell you separately. This is just an overview that I'm giving you. Okay, the third thing is that you have to define your target audience. So whenever you are writing an article or a blog, it is always very necessary to make sure that in the prompt you mention the target audience for which you are writing your your article or blog, because this in turn helps the AI model or the chat GPT to understand what type of article or blog to write and what type of you know uh, blog to write that will suit your brand. Okay, for this prompt that we are writing, we will write for environmentally conscious consumers interested in making ethical fashion choices. Thing that we'll be talking here about is setting the structure of a blog. Okay, so in the prompt, how we can set the structure of a blog or article, whatever we are writing, about that we'll be talking about right now. So whenever we are talking about the structure, it depends upon our needs and our brand, that how will our blog will be formatted. Okay, so we can include an introduction, body or conclusion, or we can also headings, subheadings, so it all depends upon our needs of our brand. Okay, for example, in the blog, in the prompt that we are writing, the example that I am using is the article should include an introduction that defines sustainable fashion, followed by sections discussing the environmental benefits, popular brands, and tips for building a sustainable wardrobe. Some other things you can add here is write a conclusion, use shorter paragraphs, use a new paragraph for every new topic, add a heading for every topic, add subheadings. So it depends upon your needs about that what type of structure you want. Okay, the next is the tone and style. So the other very important thing when we are writing a prompt for a blog is defining the tone and style. So both of these things will represent the brand voice of our brand, and this will also help us to target our target audience. For example, if we know that our customers are youngsters and they are not very formal people, we can use a conversational or a very friendly tone. Okay, if we know that some of our audience is very informative about our product, or we can say very deeply studies about their products or the brands that they use, we can use an informative tone. Then comes a formal tone. If we know that you know our audience is extremely professional, then we can use a formal tone. Okay, or we can use a mix of three, or if we have audience of all of the above three types, then we can create different blogs for them also. Okay, then comes the style. So style can be persuasive or descriptive. Okay, so when I say persuasive, this is more if we want our blog to be a little bit of argumentative type, then we can use the persuasive tone. And if we are looking to you know make our article or blog more like a description of a product, then we can use the descriptive tone. Okay, so here we have one. And then for this example, or for this blog that you are writing, the thing that we'll be writing in our prompt is use a conversational tone with a mix of informative and persuasive elements to engage the reader. Okay, so we will be using a conversational tone and a mix of informative and persuasive elements to engage the reader. Okay, and one other thing you can add is the content type. When I say the content type, so there are different type of content types that you can use. The first one is case study. If you want to write your article more like a case study, you can ask or you can add those things in your prompt. If you want that your blog or article should be written in terms of how to guide, for example, you are writing a blog on exercise or uh, fitness, so you can write how to make your body fit within 30 minutes, you know so, and yeah, so if you want to guide your audience how to achieve fitness in 30 days, you can also use the how to guide type of blog or article, or how to guide template. Okay, so that's one other thing that you can add. Then comes the word count and format. So when it comes to word count and format, it is very necessary to mention in the prompt the amount of words you need in your blog, in your meta description, in your title, and everything. Okay, because word count plays a very important role when it comes to the SEO. Okay, so mostly it is said that if your meta description is somewhere around 100 to 150 words, it's a good meta description, and your article should be somewhere around 1500 to 2500 words. That is considered good for your uh, blog. Okay, and if you want more formatting preferences, like format we always discussed above, but if you want some more things like adding bullet points, numbered list, bold, then you can add that also. For this blog, we'll be using an article that would be 15,000 words long, and we will include bullet points, and also we'll be sharing some tips for how to choose sustainable brands. Okay, so this is more about our word count and format. The next thing that we'll be talking about is incorporating good SEO practices. So when it comes to the SEO practices, a separate video will be made for only SEO, methods, at how we can make sure that our blog is SEO friendly. Okay, so some of the things that we can add here is that for SEO is internal external linking, adding a meta description, use of alt text for images. So when it comes to internal or external linking, internal links are those links that are in your blog, but that will guide you to one of your another blogs. External linking is that you have link of another brand in your blog, and that is linking you to, or whenever you're clicking on it, it's taking you to another blog. That's external linking. So this increases your SEO visibility of your blog or article. Then the meta description. So meta description is basically a very short summary of your blog. Okay, so whenever you will be going on web, I'll show you here. So this thing you can see here, that here is the topic. Okay, but here you can see a listicle is an article that is structured on this. This is a meta description. The whole summary of uh, an article is mentioned in the meta description. Okay, then if you want to provide any extra additional context or background, that also you can include in your prompt. Okay, but first we have to discuss the example that we will be adding in our prompt when it comes to SEO. Okay, it will be include at least two internal links related to blog post, one external link to a reputable source, and a meta description of around 160 characters. Okay, so our meta description would be of around 160 characters, but mostly if I'm talking about internal link and an external link, then we have to provide it by ourselves. Okay, then comes providing some additional context for our blog. That means to give some additional background regarding our topic. Okay, so in this what we'll be using is refer to the latest industry report on sustainable fashion trends from 2023. So with this background information, the blog that will be generating would be generated in a much more refined manner, and this will add more to the value of the blog that we are generating. Okay, the next is the call to action. So this is optional. If you want to add it, you can add it, but it's very necessary that if you add it, then people will definitely buy your products or view the products that you want to buy. Okay, so what basically a call to action is, that uh, for example, you have written a blog, and at the end you want that your customer should click at the link of your product and buy those products. For doing that, you can use a call to action. There are various call to actions that you can use. For example, the one we will be using in this blog is end with a call to action encouraging readers to subscribe to the newsletter for more eco-friendly lifestyle tips. Okay, so once we generate our prompt, once we generate our blog, we'll see our call to action that will encourage readers to subscribe to a newsletter or our blog for more eco-friendly style tips. Okay, so and once we join all the things that we discussed here, you know then we will come up with our this prompt. Okay, this prompt I will be providing you. You can see it by yourself. All the things written in this prompt I have already discussed with you in the above points. So now we will go ahead and create a blog for ourselves. Okay, so here we are. Okay. So if we go to chat GPT, then we will be able to so when it comes to generating blog, these are all of the important points. And also separately I'll be teaching you how to generate blogs for different fields or different sectors like tech industry, finance, tourism, everything. Okay, so this is the one. So here we got it. So this is our prompt, and once we do this, okay, so ChatGPT is generating an article for us. And one thing that you need to do once you have generated a blog, always make sure that you rate your article or ask ChatGPT to rate your article. Because if you ask ChatGPT to rate your article, if there is some you know portion missing in your blog, or if there is some mistake in your blog, ChatGPT will surely point out those mistakes. So I will write rate the article or blog on the count of 10 in all the relevant fields. Also point So it is telling us about all the things. Okay. So all these things are being told to us by ChatGPT. So the overall score that you are getting is 8.5, and where we are lagging behind is external and internal links. Okay, we can add more internal links to our blog. There is no visual appeal. That obviously, when you talk about visuals, I did not add visuals, but whenever you're writing your blog, you can always add visuals of your types. I did not add them because this is just for teaching purpose, but always adding images, as I discussed in one of the points, that is also very important. The next thing is persuasiveness. The post emphasizes the environmental benefits of sustainable fashion and provides compelling reasons for readers to make the ethical fashion choice. What improvement we can do? We can add more persuasive elements, okay, such as highlighting specific data or studies that show how consumer demand for, okay. So in persuasiveness, we can also improve. We have done okay, but we have not totally utilized, you know, the persuasiveness style in our blog. The next is tone and voice. ChatGPT is happy with it. Content quality is 9, but still we can improve more. A brief section could be added that explains how reader can measure the, okay. So this is also one of the things that we can do. Is content quality is good, but there is another section that we can add that can, you know, explain how a reader can measure the sustainability of a brand. Okay, fine. The next thing is engagement. So with engagement also, the call to action at the end, encourage reader to subscribe. But what improvement can we do is consider including a question at the end of the post to prompt comments like what's your favorite sustainable fashion brand. Okay, so this is also one of the things we can do to increase engagement. We added a call to action, but one improvement we can do is we can also add a question for our audience to engage them. Readability is also fine, but what improvement we can do? A few more engaging question could be added to keep the readers thinking and to engage. Okay, fine. Okay, so SEO optimization also we're getting 9 out of 10. Where we can improve is, okay, so the variation of our keyword should be more. Okay, like sustainable clothing, we are using sustainable fashion, we can also use sustainable clothing, environmentally conscious fashion. Okay, so so now we have generated an article and we have asked ChatGPT to rate it. So it has given us 8.5, means there are many other areas where we are still lagging behind. So improve our blog. So so here what we basically have asked ChatGPT to do is whatever mistakes we have done in our blog and wherever we are missing out, like here we have got 8 out of 10, to make it 10 out of 10, we have asked ChatGPT to, you know, add all these points that it has listed in the improvement section. And same is for the visuals, external and internal links, and all those points. Okay, so we have asked ChatGPT to improve our blog. So this is more like a response analysis as we have discussed in our previous videos. Okay, so here we are. Okay, then we'll rate this article also. So let's wait for ChatGPT to finish the blog and then we will rate our blog. Fine. So here it is. Okay. So it is done. So ChatGPT has written an article. We paste it. Okay. Rate this article on the score of 10 on all relevant points. So here you will see. Let's see how much ChatGPT gives it. Okay. So still we are lagging behind in readability. But in all rest of the points you can see it is giving us a 10 on 10. Okay, so like this in visual appeal we are getting 9. So like this, after every writing every single blog, you need to refine your mistakes and you need to refine your prompt as well as your blog. Okay, either you can do it by yourself or you can ask ChatGPT to do so. Okay,